fam, it's your girl Crystal here with a basket case. Hey, listen, get in here, get in here, get in here, get in here. I am working today on these one item concepts. Just one item, trying to move some of this stuff out of my stockpile. I'm going to get out in the streets today. We're going to play a little while we got some more sunshine. But I've been in my design room and I have been diligently working. So I just kind of want to bring you in and let you see what I've been working on with just these one item concepts. Okay. All right. These little pins, I know we've all seen these all around. You know, I was in Dollar General and they had 4 or 5 of them and I grabbed them all. And I think I paid like 10 cents for them or something ridiculous. Let me see, 90% off. They were $1. Yeah, like 10 cents for them. I've even seen them for a penny. But anyway, I got 4 of them from the Dollar General. And this was like after the springtime, and it says Fresh Flower Market open daily. Okay, didn't use them. They were in my stockpile, but I dragged them out and I was like, you know what, I'm about to use these things. Okay, so basically what I did, I've showed you all these. We've all seen them at Ollie's. This one is a hand soap, but they also have the hand lotion as well. This one is Cranberry Rose, and it, like I said, it's a hand soap. Okay, so what I did was, instead of getting floral foam, because floral foam is expensive, you know, the green blocks, you can pay like $1.25 for just one block of it at the Dollar Tree. So what I did was, hold on one second. Y'all know I told y'all before that I am the queen of scraps, okay? So I had some extra styrofoam left over from my heat press when I unboxed it. Okay, so I kept all the styrofoam. And what I did was I just broke off a piece, or used my little cutter over there and just cut off a piece of styrofoam. It was free. I didn't have to buy the floral foam, and I had a ton of it, so I'm using it, okay? So, as you can see, I've already hot glued this down, which I shouldn't have, but I did. But anyway, as you can see, that white down in there, okay? I just took that styrofoam and stuck it down in there. And then what I did was I just hot glued my hand soap bottle right on top, like I said, so it wouldn't move. Okay, so it's in there. Okay, so we're gonna start with that. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit. Okay, after Christmas last year, Hobby Lobby, this was $3.99. Okay, ton of these left over. I paid 39 cents and I've got a bunch of them. They're the little what is that, pine cones on these little frosted little thingies. Okay, and then also from Hobby Lobby I got a bunch of these. Okay, after Christmas, don't sleep on that 90% off Hobby Lobby deal. This was like 10 cents. Okay, and it came in a bigger pick like this, but you know, I've just been kind of snapping them off and using them. Okay, I also have some of this Hobby Lobby, the same thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a Fresh Flower Market base using some of these picks. Okay, so now let me tell you a little secret. Dollar General, if I can find it around here somewhere. You know how Dollar General, I think a while back, they had these little vases with all the flowers in it. And they came like in a cluster. Hang on one second. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I have one right here that I didn't use. Okay. This came from Dollar General. Of course, I picked the flowers and stuff off of it. And it was stuck down in a vase. It was pretty ugly. So, but I like the flowers that was in it. Okay. Now, some of them came already put together like this one. Okay. Remember, this was that artistry design from Dollar General. Came stuck down in a vase. I think I paid a penny for it. But I've been pulling the flowers off because, you know, they're great to embellish stuff with. But if you're not good with putting together floral arrangements, if you have some of these that's already put together, bam, stick them in here, works just fine. I am a little bit creative with flower arrangements, so I just decided, you know what, that I am going to do my own. So what I'm doing now is I'm hunting around for a little bit more piece of styrofoam because I have a gap down in there that I want to fill. Okay, I have a gap down in the back and gap down there in the front. Okay. Now, like I said, you can go ahead and buy the floral foam if you want, but I mean, why do that? You know, and this works, it works just as good because let's face it, after they pop off the lotion or the hand soap, they may take the styrofoam out, throw it away, and keep the little tin. I mean, it's going to be garbage anyway. And it's not tacky looking down in there. It just is something to use as a base, okay? Your little picks here, they're really, really sturdy. And they slide right down in that styrofoam, okay? My thing is to get them all in there, and then I can position them just the way I would like them, okay? Now, sometimes if that styrofoam is a little dense, you can take like something sharp, like the edge of a scissors or whatever, poke a hole in there, and then that helps get that, get your pick down in there just the way you would like it. Okay, one moment. I need to pause this. My kid's calling. One moment. Hey, y'all. I'm sorry about that. That was my daughter calling. They always call me when I'm busy. But anyway, as I was saying, you know, if you need to stick something down in there to get your little floral pick, you know, the edge of a scissors or anything sharp that you might have. You could even use an ink pen or a pencil or something. Poke a hole down in that styrofoam. It's pretty dense, so it's going to hold, you know, whatever. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this green here. You can use anything you want. Like I said, some of those Dollar General flowers already come put together with color coordinating. I didn't use the color coordinated ones, but you know, you definitely can if you need to. Okay, I have this little Christmas pick here that I told you I got from Hobby Lobby last year, and it's all ready. Got the, what is it? This paper stuff all the way around it to hold the pick together. So what I'm doing is just breaking up that paper so I can pull those picks right out of there. Okay, I'm just using a sharp tool. Okay, there you go. I'm not going to pull them all the way out. I just kind of want to get them far enough out if I need to clip them out off with my wire cutters, because they are wired in there, then I can. Okay, see how that's breaking up? Okay, great. And then from there, you can just kind of pull them apart and put them strategically wherever you want them. Okay, all right, so I'm going to stick a couple of these down in here as well. Right down in that. Like I said, that styrofoam is holding tight very, very well. Okay. Now, this is where your creative juices will come into play. Everybody kind of knows what they like and what kind of flowers you want and where you want them. There it is. I usually just kind of play around with mine just to kind of see strategically, you know. I might put them down in here and then might not like the placement and then may come around and, you know, move them around a little bit. Okay. And I think I have a little bit more greenery somewhere around here. Let's see. Oh, there it is down there. I think I'm going to put a little bit more green. I got a lot of this brown pine in here. There you go. Make sure my little tassels hang there. Let me get a little bit more greenery. This is pretty. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little eucalyptus pick, and it looks frosted. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it has a little bit of frosting on there. Okay, I don't need it so long, so what I'm gonna do is just cut it maybe in half. There we go. With those wire cutters. Let's stick a little bit down in here. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. A little bit more down in here. Okay. Now this just depends on how full you want it. Okay. All right, I think I'm gonna put one more of these in here. And then, after I do that, I think I'm gonna come in with a little bit of red holly. Let's see if I can, yeah, stick that down in that styrofoam. Okay, that's working out well. All right, and then I have a sprig of this red holly. You know, now what's great about this is one little pick goes a long, long way. I mean, you can make several of these off of one pick, which is what I did. Let's see if we can stick that down. Okay, so I do need a little bit of a hole down in here. Okay, so like I said, I just took something sharp, poked a hole, and voila, there you go. Already in there. I think we're going to put a little bit more holly in here. I'm going to use this whole pick, but I am going to break it up so I can strategically place it in places where I want it. Again, sticking something down in there. There you go. Coming along pretty good. Again, you can do this any way you'd like. I think I'm going to put some down back over here on this side. Make it a little bit fuller. Okay. So far, so good. Then I have my little pink flower here. And I think I kind of want to strategically, well, you know what? Let me remove this holly. I want to put my flower down where that holly was, because it kind of matches the roses on my little bottle there. My holly, like I said, just gives it a little Christmas effect. Okay, we're going to stick that down in there like so. Okay. All right. This is pretty much it for this one. Okay. I think it looks pretty cute. Like I said, this is just a one item concept. Now, I have some red ribbon. Just some inexpensive red ribbon I picked it up from somewhere, guys. I can't even tell you where I got it from. And I'm going to tie it right around here and make a bow. I'm going to take my hot glue gun, though, and put a little bead of glue right on the back of that tin. And then I'm going to place my ribbon right on that bead of hot glue, right back here. Okay? And of course, that's to keep my ribbon from slipping up and down while I'm trying to tie it. Okay? I'm going to put another little bead right here. Again, it's going to help hold that ribbon in place. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to come in and cut my ribbon. I'm going to have to trim that ribbon down a little more, of course. But I'm going to cut it and come in and just make a simple bow right on front of this tin. Okay, just a simple bow. I tell you, sometimes it gets a little challenging with long fingernails when you're working in tiny little spaces. But I don't know, guys. I refuse to just cut my nails, so I just have to make it do what it do. Okay. All right, so that's my bow. And of course, I'm trying to straighten it out a little bit here. Pulling it and just trying to tighten it to get it to sit as even as I can. Okay. And then I'm going to take my trusty little scissors, finish the edges of my bow, cut them in a slant, more or less. Oh. All right. Let's see. All right, I didn't cut that even, so I'm going to cut a little more off of this side. Make my tails a little even, okay? Now, what I'm going to do to keep my ribbon from twisting, you know, when I put it in the shrink wrap bag, you can do this one of two ways. You can take a glue dot like I'm about to do. I'm putting it right on the end of that ribbon. And I'm just going to glue dot it and position it right there on the can. And what that's going to do is that's going to keep it in place and keep it from moving all around in transit or when I shrink wrap it or however I'm going to wrap it. I don't think I'm going to shrink wrap these. Actually, I think I'm just going to bag them. But anyway, it's going to keep the bow basically from flying up. Okay? And like I said, you can embellish these any kind of way you want, okay? But isn't that cute? I think that is really, really cute. Just one item and a nice little floral arrangement. I may make that just a little bit fuller. This one little thing here is really bothering me. Let me see something. Yeah, it's bothering me. It, for whatever reason, does not want to stand up correctly. So I'm just going to flip it off and stick it right down in the back, like so. All right. I like that a little bit better. Now, one step that I forgot, and that is to put our snow in the bottom. I'm not going to use any shred, but I'm going to use my snow fluff, okay? You guys may have seen this on another video. I told you I bought this stuff from Hobby Lobby after Christmas, 90% off last year. Absolutely love it. I have a couple of bags of it, but you only need a very, very little bit of this snow fluff. Okay, so we're going to stick that right down in here. And it kind of gives it a, like a wintry effect. Okay. And we're just going to stuff that all the way down around in that can. Very, very little bit is needed just to fill in some of those holes. And it actually, believe it or not, keeps your little picks a little bit sturdier too. Let's stick a little bit more right down there. Okay, all the way down in there. Okay, very cute, very simple, and very to the point. All right, like I said, you can do these with any kind of little floral arrangements that you may have, any kind of picks that you may have hanging around. Very simple concept. Can, I think I paid like 10 cents for it. These came from Ollie's. You know, we've all seen these. They were less than $2. And then the floral picks were just stuff that I had hanging around and pulled off of other floral arrangements. Okay, so that's the red one. This is a pink one that I made. Okay, same concept, just use some different picks. Okay, put a little pink flower there in the middle, another little pink flower over there, and this is the hand lotion. Okay, very cute. Tied the little pink ribbon. I did that one. And here is the turquoise one that I did to match the hand lotion. Turquoise, cute little bow. Put some holly over there. The little pine cones, basically the same concept that I just did. And then, of course, I have my greenery there in the back. And as you can see, I have my snow down at the bottom. Okay? All right. I think instead of shrink wrapping these, because I don't want to scrunch the flowers, I think I'm just going to do some plastic just to wrap them, or a bag or something, but definitely not shrink wrap, because I want the flowers to hold their shape. Okay, let me know what you think about this simple, easy little concept. I thought it was cute. It's really great to get, you know, grab and go gifts that you just want to move those single inventory items out of your stockpile. I thought that was a really cute little gift. And don't be thrown off because the tin says Fresh Flower Market, you know, because they were out in the springtime. But you know what? It's Christmas time. So I think it's gonna I think it's a cute little concept. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. This is Crystal with the Basket Case. Thank you for sticking and staying with me. Don't forget, if you don't mind, to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hype up the video. I really appreciate it. I'm only about 30, I think 37 or 38 people from my 2,000 mark for my subscribers. So like I said, if you're not already a subscribe member, I really, really would appreciate it if you like what you see here. And to all my returning subby buddies, thank you so much from my heart to yours. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you think about these simple, easy little concepts. Okay? All right, guys. This is Crystal with the Basket Case saying bye for now.